I mean, he literally insulted the game in front of the designer. Like literally sat there and was like, "This game is garbage. Who in the world would play
I
that?" And
I
he
didn't
was
say
just
it
sitting
was.
there going, "Oh yeah, okay." All right. I love to start at the beginning of things. So let
That's
me
always good.
take over
A
here.
great place to
So,
start.
yeah, I know it always is. Unless you're like Christopher Nolan, right? And then he likes to start from the back. But,
Or Tarantino.
or yeah, there you go. So
Yeah.
there's a case to be made. But regardless, round one is about the favorite game of ours is play, shelf, and trade. And today I'm going to bring three games to the table that are uh, Alice in Wonderland themed. One just kind of, but the other two definitely. So one of them is my favorite game, maybe of all time. No, not of all time,
What?
but
Nah.
it's definitely up there, and that is Unmatched. Unmatched is a 2-player, 2 to 4 player skirmish game. You each have a deck of cards. You're smacking down the cards. You're comparing attacks. You're comparing defenses. Boom. Whoever has the higher attack, wins. The defense takes damage. Last man standing wins. So Unmatched. Now there is one character in there from Alice in Wonderland, and that's Alice. So there you go. The second game is Paint the Roses. It is a tile laying game where you are cooperatively trying to control the whims of the queen, and you are playing like you kind of have a card that says like this is my goal. My goal is to have red next to blues. Well, nobody else knows that that's my goal, so I'm trying to give them clues that that's my goal, while John is trying to get reds next to greens. So it's kind of this cooperative, like social deduction game that you're all trying to work together to do. And then last is Parade. Parade is a trick taking game. I don't know the details on this one as much, but I know it's a very popular trick taking game. And I think I'm not even going to try to describe it, but in the end, it's a Alice in Wonderland theme. So there you go. Play, shelf, trade is Unmatched, Parade, and Paint the Roses. And per our new rules, I guess we're going to start with the host starting giving their opinion. So I'm going to give you my opinions real quick. So as I already said,
He's ready
is,
for me.
what? Why am I getting booed already? I thought
I don't know. It just felt like
Okay.
it.
He
All
thought,
right,
you were
there we
throwing
go.
it, he thought you were throwing it to me. That's all.
Just do it, baby.
Gotcha. So I'm gonna say on my shelf is Unmatched. That game is going nowhere. I love Unmatched. It's one of my favorite games. And while I would want to play it all the time, it has to be on my shelf. It's not gonna go anywhere. I don't need to play it anymore to know if I like it. So Unmatched is the number one for me. Then I think on the play, I probably would rather play Paint the Roses than Parade. I'm not a big fan of trick taking games. The Crew being one exception to that. So Paint the Roses, the it kind of sounds like Hanabi a little bit, where you're trying to figure out what everybody else has and how it all works together. Sounds kind of interesting. But the trade is going to be Parade. Get out of here, parade your way out. I don't need you in my life because trick taking, I ain't got time for that.
Yeah.
All right, but John, what about you? What's your play, shelf, trade?
Well, my play is going to be easy, and I have played the Alice version of Unmatched. Actually, I played against Alice. That's when I won this right here. My tournament championship was when I was the Invisible Man versus Alice, and that was a good time. That was a pretty cool matchup. But anytime you play Unmatched, it's amazing. And so Unmatched is my play. I always want to play Unmatched. I have new versions of it or new editions of it that I haven't got to the table yet, so that's got to be my play. Paint the Roses. I was unaware of this till Daniel suggested it. I went through and watched a not a playthrough, but just a little bit of a background on the game, and yeah, it's like a deduction type game where you're trying to, like Daniel said, you're trying to figure out what cards everybody has. Well, this one, if it's an easy level, it's two colors next to each other. If it's this, this, that, or the other. If it's level 3, it could be multiples of the two. And the part that really gets me is it's a logical deduction game, but you have to guess because you have to get it in a certain amount of time or else the queen's going to catch up to you or something like that. So you can't just wait till you have the information and say what it is. So it's always just basically, well, the odds are it's this, so I'm going to guess this. It just seems like you're always just going to go with the odds. Well, the odds are it's going to be this next to this. Oh, it's not right. Okay, well, I guess it must be that next to that, and the next person will guess. It really just does not look like a fun game at all. And besides that, it's co-op, so that means Andy and I are not going to like it. So that's my burn, trade, whatever. I'll probably trade it to Daniel for something good. And Parade is a fun game. I'll put it on the shelf because it's one you want to play every once in a while. Just it's a filler game. To be honest, I didn't even remember it was Alice in Wonderland theme. And I played this game I don't know how many times, but that's a fun game. And if it's a trick taking game, get over it. It's a trick taking game in a different way. You know what I'm saying? You're not just playing hearts saying I'm gonna take 5 tricks and see what you take. It's a whole different kind of deal. And so you're trying to get majorities on different colors, because then they score less and you want to score as little points as possible. So it's a fun little game, and it'll make you crunch some numbers and have some fun playing that game.
Yeah. So John, yeah, I would agree with you that it's a trick taking game. Get over it, whatever. But I'm telling you, man, if you are not into trick taking games, they are really hard to wrap your mind around. Like, I've been gaming for years and years and years, and you show me a new trick taking game, it blows my mind. Like, I can't understand. I can play 18xx. You show me a new trick taking game, and I'm like, what? Like, what's Trump? I don't understand. Is that the president? Like, I don't know these words you're saying. So I don't know. But yeah. But hey, John, not John? John just gave us his opinion. Chris, what about you? What do you think?
First of all, I think you can kind of play 18xx.
Whatever. Say that when I'm destroying you. I won our second game.
But back to on point here with our play shelf trade. So I'm going to start with the play. I am very intrigued by what Paint the Roses seems to be. I've not played this. I've seen it here and there. I've actually seen it in person. Our mutual friend Kelly showed me her copy the other day, and you know me, I'm not the art or component person, but what it had looked cool. It was nice. It seemed
a beautiful game.
Yeah, it was well done. So, hats off to that. Again, I'm not against it. It just only adds. It doesn't make a game. You can't play art. And then I'm going to go with I'm gonna play Parade. I don't like actual trick take like spades is actually I guess okay, but I really don't like hearts and just the basic 52 card deck trick ticking type stuff. That's not for me. But if you're using it in addition to something else, like on Brian Brew, you're just using it for purposes of a catalyst for area control. That's super cool. I don't know if Parade's this way. It sounds like it's just a basic trick taking game, but being that I don't know, it could still be interesting. So I'll at least give it a shelf. I'm intrigued to play it at some point. Unmatched. One of the things it allowed me to do is something that I loved immensely, and it was fantastic. But the best interaction I ever had with this game was the fact that it awarded me 2 free drinks. Turn that off. John went for like 5 extra minutes. You cannot turn that on me only, Andy. That's not okay. Anyway, so because we were playing a team game and I played Deadpool, I played a card that said if I win, then the people have to the loser has to buy me a drink. So both Daniel and another guy named Philip had to buy me a drink, and that was awesome. But if that's the best thing a game is, that's not great. So it's fine. It's an okay game. I understand why those who like it, but it's just not for me. So I'm going to go ahead and trade Unmatched. And go ahead.
You're killing me, man. You're killing me.
The old Deadpool rule.
It was fantastic. I love that drink. It was great.
Well, so here's the deal, guys. First of all, if I want to play a skirmish game, I'm going to play Crokinole. Okay?
What? So you're going to play skee ball if you want some skirmish.
That's right. That's right. No, honestly, I've given Unmatched a lot of trouble over the years, and I have not given it its fair shot. So I will play Unmatched because I do need to give it a shot again. Daniel speaks highly of it. I'm going to be honest. Usually those 1v1 skirmish match games, I'm not a huge fan of, but I could maybe give it a shot again and see if I could get into that. I will play that. As far as what I'm putting on the shelf, I'm going to put Parade on the shelf, man. Absolutely. Parade is a fantastic game. It's been a while since I played it. And, you guys keep describing it as a trick-taking game. And maybe I'm off here because it's been a few years since I played it. But I feel like it's more of a set collection than trick-taking. Am I right?
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
More hand management, set collection, and a little bit of push your luck, if I remember correctly, too. Because doesn't the whole parade moves on, and if you wait too long, cards fall off the parade or something like that, and Maybe I'm getting it confused with
I
something
think
else,
you're
but
confused with something else.
Well,
You're thinking of Thunder Road.
maybe. But Parade is a good game. I really liked Parade. And then as far as what I'm gonna trade, is there any question? I'm going to trade the co-op. Of course I'm going to trade the co-op. I looked into it, and the first things I read about this was it's a co-op, and there's not a whole lot of strategy because you're just guessing. And I'm like, why would I do this with my life? That is my life. I cooperatively have to work with my family and guess at what I'm doing. That's life. If I want to do that, I'll just live. I'd rather go, play something that requires a little more thought process or something. Did I just throw my whole family under the bus?
Pretty
Maybe
much.
I just threw myself under the
For
bus.
about the third time on this show. So
Yeah.
Whatever.
Love you guys.
And you throw your family under the bus, you're actually throwing yourself under. Just so you're clear of that. Yeah.
That's what I'm doing.
No, Chris, I really thought I thought you had my back on Unmatched. I was expecting Andy to be the one that was going to burn it. I mean, he literally insulted the game in front of the designer. Literally sat there and was like, "This game is garbage. Who in the world would play that?" And
I didn't say it was
sitting there going, "Oh yeah, okay."
First of all, I didn't know it was the designer of the game. Second of all, I didn't say it was garbage. I think I just was kind of poo-pooing it a little. It's not that great.
Daniel, I usually give people a hard time when they come up with lists for these because I usually think they're terrible. But I think you did something. You found a list where Andy would put Unmatched at the top, and that takes a lot. So
I didn't put it at the top.
You said play.
Play doesn't mean I'm going to keep it. Shelf is always the top.
Okay.
Because shelf means you're going to play it again and again.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shelf means you want to keep it forever. Play means you want. Well, you know what? We can debate that another day.
Yeah. We both have their pros, but yeah, no. Back to you were saying I didn't support you. I wouldn't burn it. I just was like, if I have to let it go, I'm not that upset. But
sure,
if you really want to pull it out and play, sure, I'll play. I'll take some more drinks from you. That's fine.
There you go.
Yeah, that's the Deadpool card that does that. But Unmatched is great. It's a quick 2-player game with different powers. Each character is so unique and so can stand on its own. It's a wonderful game. That's right. I love it. I have Genie and Houdini right now on my shelf, ready to be busted open to play.
All right. The love fest is over.
All right. Well, guys, thank you so much for watching us in this Play Shelf Trade. Let us know what your Play Shelf Trade is in the comments below. And if you haven't yet, please subscribe.
If you enjoyed what you just watched, click on the embedded video for the rest of the episode.